Burn Unit with your host, the amazing Johnathan.
Hi, welcome to Burn Unit. I'm the amazing Johnathan, and this is my co-host, Sophie Evans.
Hello.
And, God damn it, a spider was on me. Did you see that? It's not funny. I fucking hate spiders. They just creep me out. What are you doing?
Nothing. You had a little thing on your thing. Yeah.
A little thing on my thing?
Yeah, let's move on.
I've heard that before. Our special guest is, I'm so excited to have this guy. I've been trying to get him on the show. Fielding West, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the funniest gag of all, is just to look like I do that with my opening acts. I always say, I use this guy wherever I go. He's Bruce Smith, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a good opening. And Sophie?
Yes.
We're going to teach the trick, how to do a trick. Who's starting this week?
You are.
All right. I'm going to show you how to do a really, really cool trick. Let me show you. You just need a dime and a penny for this one. It's very, very easy to do. I'm going to take and place the dime into my fist. I'm going to take the penny and place the penny into my fist. Which would you like, the dime or the penny?
I would say the penny.
That's weird because the penny has vanished and there's just a dime.
Wow. All right, that was good.
Now, don't even fucking pretend like you know how that was done.
You don't.
I have a giant deck of cards here, which is stupid because I'm supposed to have a regular sized deck of cards to do this trick. But here's an idea. But I can just put this inside this little box frame, like get in. No, don't help me. I'm like a bad hand. Don't help me. I'm doing my thumb. All right.
It's so hard not to.
Oh, look at that.
See, I think you should.
You thought I'll do it again.
I think it's time to rethink that. Help, Jonathan.
All right, check it out. I don't need a large deck of cards. I need a small deck of cards. Oh, not so funny now, is it, fucker?
Oh.
I want some. All right, Soph, it's going to be hard to top that one.
Well, oddly enough, I was thinking.
Here, why don't you take this deck of cards, Soph?
Why don't I?
All right.
We can do an impromptu trick, so it starts with this every time. Can you look away for a minute?
Yeah. All right. What's it, fucking bubbles, or is a tumor back?
I hope it's not the tumor because I saw them too.
Okay, good.
Good. All right, so here we go. We're going to start off with the trick of the day, and it uses a couple of things. 2 empty hands. Ooh.
2 empty hands.
2 empty hands. I take both of them everywhere, and a piece of ribbon. Now, I'm going to run my finger down here. Someone say stop, somewhere in the middle.
Stop.
Perfect. All right, there we go. We're roughly in the middle. Give or take an inch or two. Now, what I'm going to do is take a pair of scissors and snip the middle away. But there we go. That is middle, all of it, right there. We don't need that anymore. Now we're going to fix it with some magic words. I'm going to say, heal. And there we have 1 piece of ribbon. Yay.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were kind of lukewarm on that one.
Did we do this one last week or something? 'Cause that
No,
was
we didn't
a little...
do it. That's just, I think it's just probably your presentation.
Yeah, it's a little off.
Yeah.
All right, it's
like
fine.
You've been doing Quaaludes?
I've got other stuff.
Can you get Quaaludes still?
Yeah. I obviously should try.
Next time, Sophie.
Yeah, all right,
next time.
no problem. Do what you can. Not all winners.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back with Fielding West after this break.
Can't wait. Yay!
You're about to be mesmerized. It's yellow. It's phallic. It's the magical gravity sensation that's sweeping the nation. It's Banana Shiggy!
Like, I don't know what it is, and it's like the coolest thing ever. I don't know, but like, I can do it.
You don't need training. You barely need practice. You don't even need hands. Banana Shiggy! Once you watch our instructional mind-blowing DVD, you'll learn moves like the Thunder Noodle Wand, the Duty Poop Shoot, the Hippity Flippity, and many, many more. Buy a bunch to up your skills to the max.
Eyes believe.
It's my first time.
Hi, welcome back to Burn Unit. Our special guest is Fielding. Oh, Jesus. He's looking at his watch already. Fielding West, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
made it disappear. There's no watching.
I do have it, but I made mine disappear too. Fanny, you're right.
Damn!
That was originally Fielding's. You're gay. You're so gay
No
for
one-
buying that
Help me
watch.
get out of the Army, I'll tell you that.
So Fielding is a hypnotist. He is a comic magician. He is a real magician, something that I don't have on that. And he is also he's a public speaker.
Wait a minute. Public speaker.
Public speaker. Yeah, and that's the audience listening to him.
That's it.
So,
Four people.
and he's one of the only people I know that's ever combined aerial and magic, which I think is great.
He doesn't do aerial and magic. So anyway, tell us about this new public speaking. That's Sophie. You know Sophie.
I know Sophie.
Good to see you, Fielding.
Sophie worked with me one time.
I did. I assisted
She always works with someone one time.
just for once.
Sophie and Jessica, who calls herself Shadini now. So
Yeah.
we did the sub trunk together.
We did.
We tied ourselves up and got out of a box.
We did.
Well,
I've
I
se-
got into the box and it was a great trick.
It
was a
is.
great
We
trick.
actually have a clip of that. We're going to show you in a second. That same thing with those people.
Wow.
And
That's-
Shidini, not a problem child there.
No. She did the world's greatest magic with me. She was the girl that floated and fell to the
Was
ground.
she in that?
That was the girl.
Yeah, she was one that fell in
She's been a lot of people's assistant once. Yeah.
That's,
She was my roommate once.
Yeah. I had her pick me up once. She actually almost fought for me for my car. Remember? We got out at the restaurant. Someone was talking shit about my car, and she was going to fist fight him.
Yeah,
I'm
she
like,
was.
it's just my car. Relax.
She's like, yeah, they were talking trash about you.
yeah,
What
she's
was
a
it?
little brawler, man.
she's a scrapper.
They talk
Yeah.
trash about his car.
So, feeling, what's with the public speaking? I want to know about this because now that I'm not doing comedy magic anymore, is there like money to
There's
be made
like
in
money
this?
to be made on it, and you don't have to carry any props. It's like really cool and
Really?
nothing. And just go out in front of groups.
You don't sell shirts afterwards, or did show them hippity hop rabbits or something?
The first, not after the first time I did it. I tried to sell DVDs and stuff. The guy's going, no. You keep moving.
Do you
over.
incorporate magic into the speech? Well, the name of the speech is what?
It's called the Magic of Leadership.
Magic of Leadership. So, someone who wants to be a leader takes your course and ends up being a comic magician.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What a
Probably a little
plan.
more appropriate.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the course. I have the speaking course for the kids, the young performers.
I didn't know about this.
It's called Stagecraft 101. I
It's
got
for-
12 to 17-year-old young performers coming to my house at least 2 days a week for the last
How
2
old?
years. 12 to 17. With an adult, I might add, with an adult.
Yeah.
had to
The
ruin
ankle
it.
bracelet's
I
gone.
thought,
Don't worry about a thing.
I
It's
thought
okay.
I found my calling.
No doors are shut, chaperones at all times.
Free
Yeah.
delivery. So, all right, and you teach them 12 to, what, do they have speech impediments? Or do they just normal
A lot of
speech
them
and
have-
you
they
teach
come
them
up-
how to talk like a magician?
Well, a lot of kids don't know how to walk on stage, they don't know how to talk, and they have no sense of timing. So I teach it based on a metronome. So there's a lot of clicking going on.
Are you serious? You do
Yes,
teach?
absolutely. I do it for time and try to show them, basically how to breathe and how to hold a microphone and
How to sound like a robot, apparently.
Yeah.
I am your leader. Tick, 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 tick.
Time speeds up
It's
when
like-
you're on stage,
it's
though,
like
doesn't it?
time
It's like the
accelerates. and-
King's speech almost.
the time accelerates and most of us speed up. We speed up because we get nervous on stage.
Yeah.
If we just kind of keep
Is that why we speed up?
Well, I don't know.
Is it nerves? It's all nerves, is
In the
it?
olden days, it was nerves.
Now it's just because we know what tricks suck or what tricks
I think
don't.
I'm going to take his class. Not only do you get speed, but you get 12-year-olds.
Oh,
This is like my dream last week.
12 to
And you were there.
12 to 17-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
12, 17-year-olds.
12, 17.
17.
No! That's when you wake up screaming.
Come in a box.
No.
There's a dozen of them.
So how often do you do these?
Actually, right now, I've been averaging a couple of days. It started off last year, a couple of days a week, and a couple of days a month, if I was lucky to get that many kids interested.
Here in
But,
town,
Well,
you're
now
doing
you
this?
got to do the math on this because when a magician says a couple times a week, you always have to do -1 equals Yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't work the first 4 months.
It's magician math. It's called.
Magician math.
I had 500 people and they loved the show. 500 plus minus 2.
That's magic math. How much are you making a week? Oh, I make $2,000 a week. And it goes, yeah, that's about 500.
You gotta do the conversion
You gotta do
rate.
the conversion
It's like the
rate.
same as the Vegas money when you lose it, isn't it? How much you
Exactly.
lose? I don't know, about 100.
Yeah.
Which
Do
is
you
a good
do lectures?
500.
Do you do magic lectures?
I've been traveling for about 7 years of doing magic lectures.
Yeah, I've never done one. I've been asked to do them a few times.
You'd be great. I think I should just come to listen to you just to laugh. I mean, you could you would walk out and say anything. You'd say anything.
You wouldn't get shit knowledge-wise. Have
Well,
you done them?
what do you think they're getting out of me? Like a lot of sleight of hand and packet tricks? No, I just go and tell stories. I got 5 tricks in an hour. I show these 5 tricks and just talk about.
And then you sell them?
Yeah. Well, it's basically the stuff out of my act. I have the bird and the water. And
You
the
don't have
paper
the
and
tiger thing,
blindfold
do you?
and
You know, ripping the clothes because they'll buy it.
there you go.
Really would.
I teach
do that, Letterman.
I teach on my DVD how to make a tearaway for the sub trunk and for the.
So I can do it on
My
Letterman.
touchiness is just bang every time I touch it.
Yeah, it's a microphone. Why wouldn't it?
Sound guys over here going, don't touch the microphone like this.
Yeah, it would because it is a microphone. It would do that.
But yeah.
Listen, it's also picking that up as we speak.
My ride's here. Got to go.
That is the oddest sounding Volkswagen I've ever heard of.
It's a big one.
Where did you get these? These are so cool. Show them how it works.
But these are glasses. You know, our magician friend Christopher Hart.
Yeah, I know Chris.
Chris is the hand, for the Addams Family thing. Chris comes into my dressing room to talk to me about these glasses. I said, boy, where'd you get these? He does this to everybody because then they say, well, I've got to have some of those for reading. And he says, well, for $50, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to sell them to you. So I only have the one pair, or I can go out to the car. He goes out to the car, someone calls him. He leaves these on my counter. Thank you, Chris. Didn't cost me a thing. And these are my glasses now.
You know what?
Oh, that works well.
It's going to be one of
And
those
this is
things
one
like
of
on
the-
The Jerk where the lenses ruin your vision and he's the only comic magician who can see now.
He's the only guy that can see this.
He gives everybody, I got a pair too.
Yeah,
Oh my, we all have a pair.
that's it. They go on like this when you take them off.
When you take them off, you're still a thief from stealing them from Chris.
Wasn't exactly a thief. He left them in my dressing room.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So
waste not.
we have a little game that we play. I would like to use your cell phone if I could just for a second. Here's how the game is played. We've only played it one other time.
And I have a feeling this game's going to be more fun for him than for you, but I'm just guessing.
'Cause what we do is we give each other, we're going to switch cell phones. I'm going to give you mine. You give me yours.
No, wait. Is that a real cell phone?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Of course it is.
It's a great. You think I
Yeah,
can afford a
famous
prop?
last words.
If
Of
my
course
props look
it
this
is.
good, then you know something's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
There you
there's
go.
my. Now you can pick any number on my cell phone,
Okay.
and then you can hold this up. You're only allowed 3 presses of the button, and they would sound like this, for example.
Cocksucker, you're a douchebag, syphilis-coated cum bubble.
Right, that's a good one. That was a good combination. So I don't have them memorized.
Fuck you, fat bubble.
All right, so I'm going to look, and I can call anybody on your phone and do that 3 times, and you can do the same. Now I'm going to look through this
How come this isn't coming on?
because it's locked. What's your code? All right, you do your code. I'll do my code.
Yeah. Okay.
Really feeling?
All right,
Oh, wow.
my code is I love Fielding West. Oh, my phone is dead. Come on.
Oh.
I can't play the
my
game.
God.
Where's your phone, Soph?
I actually don't even have one
Bullshit,
with
you
me.
have a phone.
I don't with me, I don't.
So you got to have a phone to do this.
I
Come
don't.
on.
I honestly do not have one with
Oh, we can't play the game. Let me
Well,
play, let me play it anyway.
You can turn that one on. You can do it.
Okay, you're going to let me do it
I'm
anyway?
gonna let you do it. Go right
love
ahead.
that. I love
there
that.
you go. 'Cause you,
Well, your battery's dead too.
oh, batteries are optional. I don't have a battery.
You son of a bitch.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Mine. Wait a minute. I can turn this on. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let's get this straight.
Yours is like really hot. Has it been next to your like your
Yeah, I think it's.
Syphilis-coated cum bubble.
Yay! I feel like we're communicating.
Syphilis-coated cum bubble.
Hey.
I love this show.
Did you know my mother?
It's got everything, doesn't it?
Which kind do you
Including
like better?
syphilis, apparently.
Do you like Crackle or do you like Mr. Goodbar?
Mr. Goodbar.
Oh, that's too bad because there are no Mr. Goodbars. Oh!
Wow, great
Yeah.
save.
Isn't that cool?
That was.
Hey, wait a minute.
Nothing.
That's like the card trick.
So filling. What do you consider your first big break? What was the very first big? Because you've done Evening at the Improv, you've done Caroline's, you've done all the shows I used to do. But when I was young, and you used to do them all as well when you were middle-aged.
Smothers Brothers, last Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, I thought was kind of a break.
That was a good show, man. Just to be on the
It was on with
Smothers
Kenny
Brothers.
Rogers and
They had the best variety acts ever.
Tommy and Dickie Smothers thought that my act with ripping the head off the bird and then the tiger trick was so crazy that they did the opening monologue on the show, and then they put me before they went to the first commercial. So I got a lot of demographic out of it. And Jim Stafford was on there, and Phyllis Diller was on the show, and I used to open for Phyllis.
They were just guests along with you.
They were the real. No one knew who I was. They just said, and here's an unusual magic act, Fielding West, and they brought me on.
That was the introduction.
Well, it was something like that.
If you can rip the head off a bird, they don't care who you are.
They didn't care.
No.
They said, "Oh, this is going to be unusual."
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And the tiger costume change is brilliant.
Yeah,
That's a
that
great
is the
thing.
best. That
it
is the
wonderful,
best.
isn't it?
That is one of my favorite comic bits of all times. In fact, if I
Agreed.
had to steal, and when I steal
Yeah, I'd steal
a
that
bit,
too.
it's going to be that one.
Yeah.
And actually, I wrote a bit, and I was so mad because I was so proud of this bit. I tell it to Fielding. He goes, "Oh, I've been doing that for 20 years." I'm like, "Fucking
you
cunt."
did. Jonathan used to do that thing. You had the little tigers.
Yes.
Oh, the white tigers, yeah.
And the little white tigers they touch my tiny white tiger penises.
Yeah.
And I would sit there in the audience, and you got these tiger things on your hand, and you're talking to yourself, and
I was actually talking to the audience.
The tigers are commenting
You
on
sound
their
like I'm
experience with
crazy.
Siegfried and Roy, and I just had tears.
Yeah, the tigers would bitch about being touched by Siegfried and Roy.
Exactly.
And as soon as he got attacked by a tiger, guess what bit had to lose out of my
that bit
show?
when he cried, but
Well,
I
actually,
did,
no,
man.
it was a slow death because you had to lose the gag about, then you had to throw in. You're like, how long before this is funny again?
Oh,
You
that
had
was the
powder.
anthrax. Yeah,
The
I read the
anthrax.
letter from Siegfried saying, "Stop doing this routine," and white powder would fall all over me as I was reading it. And it was anthrax. After a while, people forgot about anthrax. Then it was cocaine.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't funny anymore.
So then he gave up completely, and he'd just go, the white powder flat would get nothing. He'd go, how long before that's fucking funny again? And throw.
Yeah.
But then it just worked its way out.
Not many people can pull off an anthrax joke.
Not many. No, I think they're both here, oddly enough.
You should have had the Cipro. Cipro's the cure for the antibiotic for anthrax.
That would have fucking tanked.
I know.
All right, so
Just like my suggestion.
So the bit Copperfield owns those two white tigers. He wanted them for his museum, so he has them now in his museum. And I want to do it again, and I'm too cheap to buy new ones, so I think I'm going to ask for them back. But anyway, the bit was me floating one of those sex dolls that was filled with helium, and you do that in your act.
No. That
You
was
have the girl levitation.
Yeah, but she was a sex doll, but she was a real sex doll. She wasn't like a one you blow up with.
What do you mean? You used it? You mean?
No. What I did. He's referring to the world's greatest magic, and I had Jessica, our friend Jessica. I'd get her out of the audience, and I brought her up and cover her up with the sheet, and then I'd explain. I turned around and faced the audience, and I said, "Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to hypnotize this woman, and she's going to float in the air. It's going to be magical, just like Seinfeld and Roy." So while I'm telling this story,
Siegfried and Roy.
Well, yeah, but because I was Mr.
I know.
I'm Mr. Witt.
It's a joke.
So I'm doing it. So as I'm telling this story, she floats away behind me, and the audience can see it. And when I turn around where'd you go? And I looked up, and there's a crash, and particle board falls, and I would go, "She's gone!" And then you heard a scream, and you saw this body fall.
So it wasn't filled with helium. The one that fell was the fake one.
That was the.
Oh.
So that was really her.
You know,
All right,
it's hard
but
to float a sex doll with helium.
Can you do that?
It's
Actually,
really very difficult.
It's very difficult because
It's heavier.
It's heavier, so
And
they don't.
For those who have tried, you have
You guys, go ahead.
for science,
It is.
but you feel it and it hovers a bit, so you have to tie a balloon to each foot
You
and
do.
arm,
You actually
and then
do.
you can do it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I see you've,
In case-
You guys
you've done this
disgust-
before.
Oh, I have.
Did we do this? I
We
don't
talked
remember.
about it.
Oh,
We're
okay.
talking 15, 20 years ago,
There
though.
you go.
I took this thing to a flower shop, a florist, and had to fill up a sex doll and with
He's like, you're the third one in here tonight.
$110 worth of helium.
$10,
Not
really?
That was like
floating.
$100
Then you spread
or
the legs and
something.
go, oh, it's leaking. Okay.
But the funny thing is, in
You got
Vegas,
hole
you got
down
two
here.
holes down there that need to be patched.
they didn't even blink an eyelid.
Right.
They just filled it up. See you later. Took my money. I'm like, okay.
You know, it takes like $25 or $26 to do a real human woman with helium.
I could have saved money if I just got a real
And then
one.
after you fill them full of helium, they're going, are you really going to do that to
Very
me? Are
funny,
you gonna
very
do that to
funny.
me?
You gonna fuck me or what? I always said if the Hindenburg was filled with helium instead of hydrogen, that announcement went, oh, the humanity.
Oh, it's
I think
always
that'd be
so
great.
funny, isn't it, Mass Dad?
That
I
New
mean,
Jersey, that New
Can't
Jersey
believe what
accent
I'm
would have sounded
saying.
a
Oh
lot
my God,
different too. Oh, that's too funny.
So you won't tell the Tony Orlando story?
You want me to tell the Tony Orlando?
No, I just want, I do.
Yeah.
John always gets his, he loves this Tony
I
Orlando.
think
and
it's the
I've
best
known
story because I worked with Tony Orlando at the Golden Nugget every night. Nicest guy in the world.
It was a wonderful
Let
human
me
being.
just
Go
set
ahead,
the
you
story
set-
up,
you
and
set
then
it up.
you
You set it up.
tell him why it happened.
okay, why not?
So Tony comes into my dressing room. He's red faced. He goes, motherfucker. I'm like, I've never seen him mad. This is Tony Orlando, except for one time when the yellow ribbon fell off the tree. And, I thought I tied it tight. It was
Put a nail in
yeah,
that
and
thing.
then he was bitching about the guy banging on the pipes too. He's knocking like 3 times on the pipe. Tony, relax. Just go up there and tell him to stop.
This is so much better than what happened to me.
So I go, what's the matter, Tony? Motherfucking Fielding West.
They said, do you know this son of a bitch?
Yeah, did you know him? I'm like, no.
No, tell the story.
We had-
He swings the door open, and I'm sitting in a chair right behind the door, and now Tony's screaming.
He's had you pinned up against the wall.
He's got me pinned up against the wall.
He's going to punch Fielding.
And Johnathan, he says, do you know this asshole? And he's screaming, and Jonathan's going like this, and he grabs the door, and I'm sitting there going, hi, Tony, good to see you again.
What could piss off Tony Orlando?
Well, okay.
Now, okay, well, let's say the 70s and the 80s, everybody does cocaine. Everybody does, especially Tony.
Tony, I didn't know that's what it was. He just seemed to be very excited. But I was in his dressing room talking to his mother, and I was at a show at the Lady Luck, which was around the corner from where you guys were working at that time. You were at the
Golden Nugget.
Golden Nugget. So Robbie Howard, our friend, Robbie Howard, the singer, had an afternoon show. I had the evening show over there. So so Tony's goes over. Robbie goes over to Tony's show to see it because he's invited, and he takes me with him. So we're sitting in Tony Orlando. I can't believe this is going to be so great. Every day in Tony's show, he introduces his mother, and the audience, his mother's always at their show. This time, she just happened to go to the bathroom. She was there. Mom, where are you, Mom? Where are you, Mom? And she wasn't there. My mother's always here. And
In the bathroom.
So now, his mother says to me, this is before Tony comes in the room, she goes, oh, you were at the show. When I had to go to the bathroom, I wasn't there, and Tony was introducing me. And I said, yeah. And Tony walks in, and he goes, what are you talking to my mother about? And I said, I'm talking about the time she missed your show. And his head exploded. My mother's never missed my show. She's always been at my show. And all of a sudden, I just said, gee, this isn't really that big a deal. So the mother's going, no, Tony, you remember, no, you've always been at my shows. And this kind of escalated. And I said, come here, Tony, let's calm down because my wife's here and your mom, and we're getting a little loud. So we go in the bathroom. He's throwing me up against the wall. He's screaming at me. And I'm going, let's just go out and get a photograph with each other and pretend that none of this happened. So he says, okay. So we're out there with a photograph. And now I go down the hallway, and Jonathan's getting ready for his show. And I walk in the room, and I go, well, I think I just made Tony crazy. And just as I say this, the door flies open. He doesn't even see me, and he starts yelling at Johnathan, who is this asshole? And Jonathan's going,
This asshole?
I've never seen him before in my life.
So I got the photograph back, and so I thought as a joke that year I was going to send it out. Here's my wife and Tony Orlando. We're all smiling. I'd send it out. Here's Fielding with Tony, Orlando, and Janice. We wish you happy holidays. Johnathan calls me up and he goes, no, you can't do that. You're going to have a black eye. We're going to have to black out some of your teeth. We have to make this thing look really good. We can do this online. You know, we can Photoshop this. We tear Tony's shirt. We can make this thing really look good.
Yeah.
I said, I finally got this thing. Calm down, Johnathan. I don't want to go, pull that scab off again.
Yeah, I did though.
But it was just silly stuff. And so his brother John came in and we straightened everything out. And now we're good buddies.
Now they're all friends.
Yeah.
See, most people would go, no, my mum doesn't come to every show. That's ridiculous.
I know, to have your mom come to every show, first of all, that's not something that you're really proud of.
No, I'd be lying
That's something
the other
that you hide from your friends.
I'd be going with his story. I'd be, now she misses loads of it.
I'm like that. Yeah, Mom, you can come, but wear a wig every night. Wear something different. I don't want.
Your mum is the best, though. She tries to sneak in without you catching her.
Well, because I torture her if I see her in the audience.
The first time I saw Jonathan's mum try to sneak in, I was sitting up T-shirts outside, and your mum's all like, you think she's really clever. She goes
coming to my show.
But you tell them what you do to your poor mother.
I introduce her as my mom and say it's the first time I've seen her. Put the spotlight on her, make her uncomfortable. Right. Tell her that she's just out of rehab, that she used to be a crack whore, but I forgive her. And never mind all the guys that were constantly coming in and out of my life, trying to molest me in bed while she was sleeping. And just that's her lesbian. She's always with her girlfriend.
And thank you very much. You had to blow so many sailors to put me through college.
Yeah. If I had to eat cereal, you blew a guy, and I appreciate that. If I needed cereal.
And there's Johnson's mum sat there.
Yeah, and she's. I had her pinned in the balcony in Australia. She couldn't escape. She's like her and her girlfriend. I introduced them as lesbians. One my mom and one her. And there's like the two old men up in the balcony with the Muppets. It's yeah. And they were trapped up there with this one. She hates her.
Their little heads were bobbling.
Yeah,
we're not lesbians. We're not lesbians.
This guy
was so sure he hadn't spotted him that night, and I could hear this going. I was like, well, I think he might have cottoned on that she was coming in tonight.
It's become really rude and really. The meaner I get, the funnier it is to me. And she won't come to see my show anymore. But,
oh, really?
And she's dying, and she wants to see it.
It's
really
Mother's Day. She'll be there on Mother's Day.
Yeah,
that was last week. So.
No, she's deathly ill now, and I still won't stop.
So now the story's not funny anymore. Thank you, John.
No, I can't wait. If you know how much money I'm going to get, you'd be laughing.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean,
see,
she's already used. I've done everything I could do. What did you just do?
This is what I do on airplanes. When I got a kid on an airplane that's talking and they're in trouble, I'll just reach up in my ear, do this, and I'll go. And the kid will say, do the. And also my veterinarian, Dr. Doganoff, looks after all the.
Doganoff?
Doganoff. It was great. Yeah, right. We call him Dr. Dog. So I go there and I've got my little dog Buster. You met Buster, my little Maltese, and I put him up on the counter. And I said, Doc, he says, what's wrong with Buster? And I lift up his tail, pull out that thing like that, and I go, smell that. Does that smell right to you, Doctor?
Oh.
He says to me, how do you get that? And he goes, you're going to have to show me how you do that. Is the guy going to come up behind me with
No, you're going to have to explain. Are you actually going to teach this?
You should make him do it a few times. Make him do it a few times and go, nah, just a thumb tip.
Yeah, that's what I did. Well, actually, he damaged my dog by trying to get his finger.
Sorry, it took me a minute. I was
his thumb in. But so now I told him, he said, I've got this woman that comes every day. She comes like once or twice a week. She brings these cats over. She always finds an excuse to bring her cat. He says, I love the money. I love the fact that she comes in, but we don't even want to charge her anymore because she finds something wrong with the cat. He says, I just want to be able to lift up the cat's tail. Go. There it is. I just found the problem right there for the kitty. So he does it, and he lost her as a customer.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that wouldn't gain you customers. So,
So I gave him the.
You ever really scratch your ass and then say to somebody, smell my phone. Does this smell weird to you? And they're like, oh, yeah, fuck. You could do that with anything. And it's just this food.
I'm going to try that on Tony Orlando. I can't. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, do it with a straw. Tony, does this straw smell weird to you? Like, oh, fuck. Actually, he would say, I can't smell anything.
Yeah.
I've been up for weeks.
And you are? You go.
Yeah, we don't.
Why do you have that photo of me up on?
Oh, yeah.
You have my website up there.
Jason, you got to move. Duck down. Jason broke his arm. You see that?
Oh.
That's horrible masturbation.
No, it's because he.
At his age, trust me, I had a sling on my arm too for a long time.
The toilet seat fell and hit him.
Dear,
He was reaching in there. That is a picture of you. How old were you there before? You look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I know. I was I was doing magic shows for women's groups at Florida State University. Women are out there, pulling off their bras and burning them and stuff like that. And now here's Fielding West. He's going to do some magic for you.
Yeah.
True. So you see the women's symbol that's on the hat. So that's.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's we had some.
You look kind of creepy. I bet you the women were creeped out by that look. Even in the 70s, they were creeped out by it. You kind of look like you. Look what I'm doing. I'm going to make the bird vanish now.
I'm going to pull a bra out of my ass.
I'm trying to look like Alan Bursky.
He's in town tonight.
What trick are you doing there?
I just stood there. She said, "Let me get a shot of it." She made a cape for me, and she gave me the hat.
It's the cape that's creepy.
That's it. The cape is a little bit creepy.
Yeah, the cape.
Yeah, capes
But then
are always
I
creepy.
couldn't afford the outfit, so we went to a mortician. And when they bury somebody, the whole back of the outfit is completely open. They don't actually give you. So that's actually something.
What?
Bury
That's not
somebody.
true.
I made that up. Isn't that funny? That's really
Is that
funny.
true? The
No,
back
it's
of the-
not.
no, I was gonna say-
No, that's true that they don't have the back.
Why?
Because you don't need to stick a.
But why would they cut the back open just to get it on you
no,
easy?
it's just.
Oh yeah, it'd be
cover
hard.
the
It's like
body,
dressing a
and then
GI Joe.
There you go.
Like paper dolls. Yeah.
That's exactly. You just tuck it in. And,
Paper dolls. You cut one, you got the 7 corpse.
No, the other kind of paper dolls. Girls, you've had them, right? Remember the dolls you put the paper outfits on and you layer them?
Oh
This
yeah.
rehearsal is really going
Yeah,
well. We're not going to actually talk about this kind of stuff on the show, are we?
No, this is
okay.
warm.
This is great.
Yeah, no.
This wouldn't be a show.
No, we strive for a much higher caliber. When
If it was a show, I would have done this right the first time. I was just.
I like the candy. You use that with the kids?
Yeah. Go easy on the kid. Like the Jewish child molester.
Jewish pedophile. Hey, kid, go easy on the candy.
The first one's free. Okay, grab a puppet. You grab one. We're going to do it. This is another segment. So we couldn't play the phone segment. We're playing racist puppets. Sophie, I don't even think you played.
What kind of puppets?
They're racist.
Oh, okay.
The object of the game is to tell the most racist joke that you know, but you can't tell it. The puppet has to tell it. Because if we told it, it would be rude. But if a puppet tells it, it's just a puppet. What do they know? All right. That's yours. Let's pick one up for Sophie and me.
Okay.
I'll take this one. I
there
like
you
him.
go.
This is actually Punch.
That is Punch.
Yeah. No, this is just Punch. Judy.
Sophie, does that
Sophie's
look
got the
familiar?
wool.
There you go. There you go.
What is it?
There you
I
go.
don't know, but it's got big teeth enough to eat you.
Okay.
Let me warm up on my racist
my
jokes.
my tongue is big enough to eat you.
You've got a
So-
punch, yeah?
What do you got? Oh, the king.
Speaking
La-di-da.
of punch, did we mention that we have Scott and Lisa Land here tonight?
We're doing our audience. We have the master puppeteer.
Yes, we do.
He could make this look so real.
Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know where he puts that. He slides that right over the king, and he doesn't have to use strings or anything like that.
Yeah, he's a maybe even with a hand puppet. It looks like a bloody fucking human on his hand. I've seen him with a real human on his hand too, and it looks exactly the same. You're the king, so
I'm the king.
You have to decree who goes first. Now, the object. Let me tell you, the object of the game is you have to tell the most racist joke that you can think of. All right, and it's got to be really. Don't worry, it's not you. I'm talking to him, not you. No, you don't have to do that. We know it's not you.
Okay.
We know it's not you.
It's not me.
Don't try to do this. Then it's going to make. Wait, it could be Fielding telling.
We're doing this as a tribute to Otto and George because this is a.
Which I didn't know. I didn't know he died.
Is he still dead?
Which one, Otto or George? Otto or George died. Which one?
Otto
I guess if
passed.
George died.
Yeah.
They always
There you
died.
go. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I've seen him. I watched him in a show one night at the
I think
Riviera.
that Waylon Flowers and Madame and Willie Tyler and Lester, both two fine ventriloquists, should book a tour called Waylon and Willie and go on the road and fill it with 1,000 country fans. Then you got this gay guy with a puppet and a black guy. That would be the worst.
Listen, I got to tell you this. We got time to tell you a quick story. You know, Murray Langston, the unknown comic, the guy who wears the bag over his head. Okay, in 1980, I'm going to meet him, and we're at a Waylon Flowers show, and then my first manager the guy named Billy Rizzo is going to introduce me. So I'm sitting there with my assistant. We're in a booth. And he says, by the way, when Murray comes up, he's a little strange. And so don't be offended by anything he does. All of a sudden I hear a growl and something's tugging on my leg. And I look down and Murray's on all fours. And he's got my pants and he's doing all this kind of stuff. So now he stands up and he sits down and he puts down a photograph. He goes, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I said, what's going to happen? Now remember, we're getting ready to see Waylon Flowers and Madam. He says, I just went in and played a trick on Waylon Flowers. I said, what is it? He turns this photo over. Now Murray was very well endowed. Murray had gone in the dressing room, opened Madam's mouth, laid it in there, stood in front of the mirror and started popping off shots with a Polaroid and laid them, probably 25 of them around the room, brought one to show us. Now, just as he turns this over, and my assistant's going, wow, check out this. She's really enjoying this. All of a sudden, you hear Waylon through the curtain screaming at the top of, and the audience is going, what's going on?
Who's the owner of that? I need to see him now.
That's how I met Murray Langston. Very funny. So let's think of
All
something
right.
racist.
I don't have to think of it. I got it already.
You got it.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Oh, I go first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start with something Europeanly racist.
Try not to move your lips.
Europeanly
buddy.
racist.
Okay, I can't do it.
Move your lips.
Hello.
Bottle of beer.
All right, so Englishman, Irishman, and a Scottishman are all drinking a beer, and the Englishman looks down and sees there's a fly, so he flicks it out. The Irishman looks and sees there's a fly in his, and he blows it off like this, and the Scottishman picks it up and says, "Spit that out, you bastard!"
That's not really racist, though.
Well, it kind of is, because no, it is if you European racist, because Scots are known for being really tight. It's true. They say
Not
that.
racist.
They say copper
Here's a
wire
good
was
example.
I'm the
invented,
king.
didn't
I
they?
decree you to be more racist.
You have to be more racist.
I want you to
Listen
be
to
more
the king.
Listen
Okay.
to me.
The king has spoken.
I will make you eat my burger. You have to do this.
No,
I'll eat your burger.
I'll eat
you
your
cannot
burger.
make me. No, your turn.
All right. Why do black men cry during sex?
I don't know. Tell me, why do black men cry during sex?
Mace. That's horrible. You shouldn't tell that. That was bad.
I liked it.
I didn't. I think that was racist, and I would never have told that joke. King!
Oh, I'm just pondering what I can say about black people.
Who said it has to be about black people? That was almost a racist joke right there.
Ooh, let's don't leave out the Mexicans.
No.
They worked so hard to come here. They need recognition.
This has been sponsored by Home Depot. Home Depot, where you can pick up a Mexican.
Speaking of Mexicans, there's a large Mexican.
He saw you and said, let's not leave out Mexicans.
You don't say nada. You don't say nada.
Especially that one. Let's not leave them out.
No.
That was a.
What?
I can't say his name.
When did you start letting large Mexicans come to your show?
He's a Abernay.
Abernay. Oh, that's piggy Latin.
Yes.
I know how to say
Piggy Latin for real estate go down in value. Hi, Joaquin. Gazpacho.
Ayala.
I tell you a racist joke.
Ayala.
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 Gazpacho Ayala.
Ah.
Gazpacho Ayala.
Ooh, I want to.
Muy bueno es gazpacho Ayala.
The king wants to touch your nose. It's so big. Yes, look at this.
Ooh. What was that? I think that was a flying burrito. Oh my. Oh, it drips on you.
I'm glad Fielding's not driving with beer on his lap tonight.
Let me get that.
Thank you. Oh, I'm going to beat you like a piñata.
I'm a senior eater.
Well, we're
Lower
having far
and
too much
slower.
fun over here. I'm
Ah! I scared you, didn't I?
petrified.
All right. Tell your joke.
She looks like a dog.
It's a wolf. I was talking to the wolf. She's so cute.
Wow.
You know, I used to go out with Sophie.
That didn't help.
Let me tell you some of the shit we used to do.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Wait a minute. On that side?
No.
Oh,
It didn't matter to her. You could flip a coin.
no. Sounds like you flipped her. Okay.
Hang on, that's not funny. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Tell your racist joke. Don't try to get out of it.
Racist joke time.
I'm thinking.
Still.
Oh, let me ponder.
Just don't do a Mexican joke.
I'm not, no more Mexican
No,
jokes.
do a black joke. You're safe. I have no black friends. Not anymore.
Two Jews go into a bar. They buy it.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. What do you say to a black Jew?
Well, I don't know.
Get to the back of the oven. That is the worst. You will never, ever do this show again.
Wait a minute. Don't leave without me.
Chasing them. Woo! There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Puppetry. Puppetry.
we're going to show a clip of Fielding's show right now, and then we're going to come back and say goodbye because we have another show, the real show, coming up with
With Seth Gabriel.
No, Seth Gabriel.
Seth Gabriel.
Oh, that
Did
explains.
he die and
the-
become an angel?
He did. I saw him on Supernatural.
Is that why you
That
asked?
explains the some.
Yeah,
Muppet
why do
gave
you?
me the
Why
wrong
do you?
notes.
Yeah,
Sorry about
yeah,
that.
Why you did combine theatrics with magic and?
I was going to ask you how long you'd be shaving your head, but I realised clearly that question was for someone else too. So we'll.
That's
well,
that. He's got the good comb over.
That's one of my favourite bits of yours too.
It's not a bit. He's really bald.
When I
No,
paint
but
my
you
head.
spray the paint thing.
I paint my head,
That's
right,
great
yes.
bit.
I know.
Sorry. I know we were wrapping it up, weren't we? Sorry. I took it to
We
spray on
weren't going to
here.
go there, were we?
We weren't.
Okay.
If you like no hair,
It's
Later.
okay.
Oh, after the show.
So we'll be right back. Here's Fielding West in a very, very funny clip. In fact, this is my favorite, and I've never seen you do this. No, listen. This is a funny clip I watched today that I never saw you do. The thing where you pour the water, where you're blindfolded and pour.
Yeah.
Can I show that one?
Go ahead.
That's the one I want to show. Watch this. This is almost as funny as the shit I do.
Wow. Yay!
For just a second, ma'am, I'd like you to, what's your name? Marty, let me shake your hand there. Would you hold that glass of water up nice and high so the people in the cheap seats can see what you have? Marty, I'd like to show you a classic of magic. You know what that is? It's an old trick. It's just an old trick. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to attempt to do this old trick in a most unusual fashion this evening for you. Marty, I'm going to attempt to do this blindfolded. Okay. Now, also assisting me with this particular illusion this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be using the USA Today newspaper. Are you with me, Marty? I know you are. Now, Marty, I'll tell you what I'm going to do in just a second. And this is where you're going to help me. We're going to try to perform something that's the most unbelievable thing you've ever seen in your life. But the most important thing that you can do for me this evening, Marty, is to make sure that I do not walk off the end of that stage looking for a glass of water. Are you there? Okay, Marty. Put that in my hand. Today. Are you, is it, oh, okay, hold on. Now, Marty, watch this. I'm going to take that water and I'm going to place it right down inside that. Move this way? Okay, let me move over here this way. Let me try to get the rest of that in there. Now, Marty, I don't want to spill this, so I want you to hang on to that glass for me right there. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this. A little hocus pocus, and whoa! Boy, I bet old Marty thought she was going to get wet, didn't she? Check it out, folks. That's dry as a bone. If I'm lying, I'm dying. And you know, I have to tell something to this audience. This is the reason why I make the big bucks in magic today. Thank you very much. Are you down there, Marty? You've been a great little help to me, Marty, and I appreciate you helping me. Can I have that glass there? Marty, thanks for coming up here. We couldn't have done this trick without you. Give my friend Marty a well-deserved round of applause, ladies.
So you fucked both of the Osmonds? Are we back? Okay, we are back with Burn Unit, and our guest is Fielding West.
Yay!
Someone who knows the Osmonds personally.
No. It was Hanson.
Oh, was it Hanson? You fucked the girl in Hanson?
I fucked the girl in Hanson.
Yes.
Where did I see that T-shirt?
You fucked one
Where
of the
did I
girls.
see that T-shirt?
You fucked one of the Nelson twins?
That's it.
You fucked the girl in the Nelson twins? Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Ooh.
They're dropping the bomb!
Right,
You mentioned the Osmonds.
Yeah.
The Mormon bomb!
Oh.
We're safe. It's just a plane. So, Fielding, you've worked probably every casino in this town, but in the span of a long time, not like
34 years.
Yeah, not like every one I've done in the course of 19 and 13 years.
Right. Your math
Because that
is
was
better, but,
hard to deal with.
well, but all the places I worked, they imploded. They're gone. They disappeared.
My career imploded more or less when I left every one of them.
Guilty.
Yeah. Actually, the Gold Nugget was the best. What was the best one you've ever played?
I like the Sands Hotel. I used to open for acts in the Sands. And
You've opened for a lot of people.
I've working for rock and roll groups, John Kay and Steppenwolf, Born to Be Wild guys, you know, and I got to open for them. And the music union, we used to have a union, a musicians union here, and they would not allow me to use tape music. So they gave me a big contract, and the guy says, "You want to give me $1,000? We can make all this go away." So I said, "Oh, let me think about that." So I give it to my assistant. It was a farm girl, but she's a very smart lady. She went through all 34 pages of this. She turns, she goes like this. She says, "It doesn't say anything about music boxes." So we go to the gift shop. They got a wind-up thing with The Entertainer, the song The Entertainer.
Right.
So she walks out, ladies and gentlemen, Fielding West. She walks out, winds up the box, puts it on a stool, puts a microphone next to it. Da 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 da. And I came out and did my act.
Good.
That's very cool.
Exactly what I
I'm
did.
surprised a union guy didn't come out like bam. I represent the union for the music boxes. Animatronic. Doesn't that look like an animatronic figure?
They always overextend back, don't
Is that
they?
good,
They
Scott?
like-
No strings attached. No strings attached. Is that Scott's commercial on TV with the insurance guy? That's not you. That's not Scott. No. With the kid with the strings and the woman. The kid that's flying around on the fan.
Mine.
No.
No, mine.
That's you. Okay.
Mine.
The Mexican
When
guy.
he says mine, he means he's going to steal it later. I've learned that.
Joaquin and I got to open the Smith Center. We opened the Smith Center together.
Really?
Right?
That's a cool
That's right.
There's one for you. Get it?
Who opened for who?
Well, I walked out first, and then I introduced all the
You
acts.
opened for him then.
Yeah,
That's
it.
the rule.
That's it.
That's right.
Actually, I opened for every act that was on there because I had to introduce them, so it worked out great for me.
Yeah, you're a very good MC. They pick you to MC all the magic functions. And
That's because
stuff.
they're tired of looking at my magic. They just go, just talk, okay? Just go.
Yeah, that could be the reason. I didn't think so because you do a trick.
You and I did a TV show. We did NBC's
Yes, we
Wildest Magicians together.
Yeah.
Over at
yeah.
Caesars.
Right, the wildest magic. We were kooky. We were wild.
We were with Penn and Teller and Mike Finney.
They opened the door. I was in the bathroom shooting up. They're like, "Why? You said this is the fucking wildest." I'm like, "What do you want?" That's all I remember from the whole show.
I did the sub trunk where I lose my clothes. And I was wearing the girls' clothes. And then I did.
That was before the trick.
And then I did the tiger trick, which was the same trick.
It is the same trick.
And they put them both on, but it worked out fine for me. So.
Yeah, it was a good special.
It was a great special.
Gary Willett, when you did his special, you were known fairly well. In 65 countries, they released those specials.
Absolutely.
I get calls for, "You are big in South America." I'm like, "Oh, I'm going down there."
Yeah.
Fucking three
You were
people.
seen in
Fucking
65
three people.
countries.
Yeah.
Jonathan, let me remind you, you were seen in 65 countries, but you were almost paid for one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I just remember Max Maven doing. Remember the monkey being afraid of Max Maven?
This monkey took one look at Max.
And Max Max has that widow's peak.
He's got that widow's peak, and the monkey's running up and down a drape like this.
The fucking monkey, the monkey hated it. And every time the monkey swung on a swing toward Max, it would like, as the fulcrum would close in on Max, the monkey would get more and more tense. Till by the time it got to Max, it was like, trying to get. He actually ran up the rope and went into the ceiling tile.
That was it.
And that was break. Was the best thing.
The monkey gets down to Max and he goes, boo.
Yeah, Max.
Max doesn't do well with primates.
No, I'm scared of Max as he gets closer to me. I'm the same way.
I was going to say, most magicians get that reaction.
Yeah.
They're like, the closer they get,
No, Max is a genius. I love him.
He's a lovely man, but you
I
wouldn't
was
know
kidding.
He is.
No, he is.
I like him.
I do too.
Yes. Looks like we're going for a long edit.
Okay. So, no, Max is a fine magician. No,
and a great humanitarian.
He isn't. Well, where do you say that?
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad.
It's not a bad.
Max is a.
Very cunt. Shit for brains. Shit for brains. Shit for brains.
Oh, I thought this was the other one. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'm feeling it's been great having you on. I knew it was going to be fun. It's been swell, but the swelling's gone down. And Jack Goldfinger.
Jack Goldfinger. Thank you.
Feeling Rush, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! Woo!
We'll be back. We'll see you next week. Our guest next week is going to be Seth Grable. Woo! And we're going to set up for that right now because we're doing it right now.
We are.
So it's next week?
But we're going to pretend like it's next week.
I'm getting older because I'm missing this. It's just
no, because I don't want to fucking be here every week, so I tape a bunch of them, like 7 of them in one night. Yours is going to be broken up into like 6 different specials called The Fielding, because it's the best, yeah. Yeah, the other ones, we've had some shitty acts on. You should have seen Joaquin. Yeah, I was going to say Scott and oh, they're here.
Oh.
Okay. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Sophie Evans says,
Bye, Escondidas.